So because I have been sick lately, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time doing the usual deck analysis and testing things. We're just gonna look at the deck list and jump straight into it. So this is the free-to-play Tachyon deck. I will show the expensive version later. This version only uses 2 mini boxes, one of the old Tachyon box and one of the new one. So we're gonna play 1 copy of Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal. This is extender and also kind of starts your combo if you can summon it. 2 copies of Odd Eyes Advanced Dragon, you can search it with the copy of Melody of Awakening Dragon, and this helps you go second because it pops your opponent's stuff and doesn't target. It's pretty good. 1 copy of Swordchild Infinity Dragon, this is your main starter, you can search it with your skill, so even if you play 1 copy, it's really easy to get it to your hand. 1 copy of Nebula Dragon, so Nebula Dragon summons itself plus another guy from your hand, and the Infinity Dragon summons 1 from your deck. The thing that you're gonna summon from the deck is going to be a copy of Galactic Spiral Dragon, which can summon itself from the graveyard once per turn, and also can change your monsters to level 8. 1 copy of Star Leech Safer, this is also kind of a starter or extender because it just searches anything. Swordshield Limit Dragon is basically just a level 8 extender that you can summon for free. 3 copies of Tachyon Cloud Dragon, which can summon the Primal from your deck, and it is a starter on its own. And also if you search this card, you can summon it for free. 1 copy of Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, which is the reason why this deck is so good at going second, because the skill lets you draw this card for your normal draw, and then you can immediately make a copy of Neo Galaxy as Tachyon Dragon, and then once you use its effect, your opponent is not allowed to activate anything on their field for the entire turn. So once you resolve this, you basically win the game. And we have a bunch of trap cards that protect it as well. We have 1 copy of Tachyon Transmigration, which is just a really good card both for going first and second. When you go first, it just negates anything. If you go second, it helps you resolve your Neo Galaxy Eyes if your opponent tries to stop it from using its effect. And we also have 3 copies of Tachyon Spiral Galaxy, which also helps you resolve your Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon because it makes it unaffected by any effects except its own, and also it cannot be destroyed by a battle. So even if you draw it going first, it protects your Tachyon Dragon from being affected by anything or being run over by battle. The 1 copy of 7th Tachyon isn't actually that good in the free-to-play version because we only have a single number 107. Usually you want to play 2 copies, but this is the free-to-play version. And so if you summon the first 107, you don't have anything to reveal with your 7th Tachyon, which kinda sucks, but it is still a starter that can help you search anything that you are missing. And the free Melody of Awakening Dragon that searches both a copy of Odd Eyes Advance and a copy of Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal. The extra deck, we're playing a copy of C107, which is really good going second, as I talked about. The 1 copy of 107, which is a really important part of your end board going first, and also is a part of material of the C107 when you go second. And if you have multiple copies, you should play 2 copies at least. 1 copy of number 38, which is a really good end board piece and negates any spells. Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, and number 68 is something that you don't make very often because they are not dragons, and some of your cards lock you into dragons, but they can come up sometimes. And finally, the 1 copy of Divine Golden Shadow Dragon Draguxion, which is a really important part of your combo. It searches your counter trap and also searches your extender, and then it can turn itself into the number 38 after you use the effect. Let's have a look at the skill real quick. At the beginning of the duel, you always will not draw the 7th one, it will put it at the bottom of your deck. And also it locks you into summoning only level 4 or 8 light or dark dragon monsters and Xyz monsters during your turn, which means during your opponent's turn you can still summon Nibiru if you want to. You can reveal a level 8 dragon monster or a Tachyon monster from your hand to add a level 4 or 8 light or dragon light or dark dragon monster from your deck to your hand. So it just basically adds any starter that you're missing. And also, if you draw for a turn, you can activate your skill to draw the 7th one for your draw, and that will be your main way to play into your opponent's board. So this is the expensive version. You basically play more copies of the good cards. We play triple Primal, triple Infinity Dragon, triple 7th Tachyon, and just play the good staples like Droplet and Eclipse, because those are just good cards that you can use both going first and second. And then the other stuff are basically the same. The extra deck we're playing, obviously the Galaxy Ice Cypher stuff, because those are really good going second. If you don't have these cards, it's kind of difficult for you to actually clear your opponent's board, because none of your other cards actually get rid of cards on the field, which is a problem for the free-to-play version, but is not an issue if you have these cards. We're playing 2 107 because it's pretty important that you have multiple copies, and 1 copy of Dragluon as well, to counter basically the mirror match and also just other dragon decks in general, because this card has really good effects if your opponent has a dragon monster on their field. So with that, let's have a look at some replays. Okay, for our first game, we're going first, and let's show off what the deck is able to do when it wins the coin flip. So basically any dragon monster in your hand is full combo, because your skill can add the Infinity Dragon to your hand. What you want to do is summon Infinity Dragon and the Spiral Dragon from your deck, but because we already have it in our hand, we'll summon something else instead. We're gonna make a copy of Dragluxion, add a copy of Primal, and then use the second effect to transform into a Tachyon Dragon, and then we can special summon the Primal from our hand, add a copy of the Transmigration, and then summon the Spiral Dragon, usually from the graveyard, but because we drew it, we are summoning it from the hand, and then we're gonna make a copy of number 38 and then pass turn. So the traps are pretty good in this deck because they can be used from your hand if you control the Tachyon Dragon, so we don't have to worry about it being popped. So our opponent is playing Despia. We're just gonna basically wait for them to activate the fusion spells and then just negate those. They're gonna go and attempt to negate our monsters, so we can go and use the Transmigration to negate everything in the chain, so that includes the search from the Alubra as well, so that cuts them off of branded fusion. And we're gonna negate their branded in red, and then they can still be able to fusion with the field spell, but the fusion monster is a lot less good if you are not able to use stuff from your graveyard, so they can't really beat over our monsters and they will be scooping. Okay, so second game, we are going first again, this time against a Dark Magician deck. And well, we drew a dragon monster, so that's full combo. 7th Tachyon won't really do too much in the free-to-play version, because as I said, we only have a single copy of the 107, so once we summon it, we can't even activate the 7th Tachyon because we have nothing to reveal, but that's okay because we already have full combo, and it's not like the 7th Tachyon will do too much anyway. So we're gonna do the exact same combo. This time we didn't draw the brick, so we can summon the Spiral Dragon from the deck, and then summon it back from the graveyard after we detach it for material. We're just gonna end on the same end board as last game, and we're gonna basically wait to see what our opponent will try to do. And if we see that they're gonna make something very threatening, we can immediately negate with the Transmigration, and if they try to get rid of our Xyz monsters, we can use the Spiral Galaxy. You're gonna make a Dragoon, which is actually not very good against our deck because Transmigration cannot be negated by Dragoon because it's a counter trap. So as they go for Timaeus, we will negate with Harbinger, they will negate with Dragoon, and we will negate with Transmigration. So Transmigration will negate every single card in the chain, so we negate both the Dragoon and the Timaeus and put them both back into the deck. So now we are basically out of interruptions, but we still have the protection from Spiral Galaxy if they try to attack over our monster, which they will try to do by boosting their attack with the quick play. We will use the trap to make it not be destroyed by battle. We'll not use the skill to add the rank up magic for our draw phase because we don't actually have a 107 in the extra deck because we already summoned our early copy, so we're just gonna do our normal combo and he will be scooping. For our last replay, we're playing against Blue Eyes, and at this time we will be showing what this deck is able to do going second. So we're still using the free-to-play version, so as you can see we still have only 6 cards in the extra deck. But because we drew the 2 traps, we are still able to play into a board pretty well. And this game will be showcasing what a typical game of Tachyon would look like when you go second. So they're just gonna do their combo. Let's skip forward. We don't really have a hand trap or anything to stop them during their turn, so we're just gonna let them play. So during our draw phase, we'll draw the 7th one, and you need to immediately activate it because you can only use it during the beginning of the main phase. We immediately make a C107. We're gonna try to destroy it, and we of course have the trap card so that we can protect it from being affected by anything. So even though he can reveal a bunch of stuff, he won't be able to actually destroy our 107. He will be able to revive the Jet Dragon, but that's okay. We can activate the effect of the 107, and then now he cannot use anything on the field. So the 2-set back row is locked, as well as the Spirit Dragon on the field. So now we are free to basically do whatever we want. And this is where being a free-to-play deck really hurts us, because he has a bunch of big monsters on the field that we can't really beat over. And we don't have the Cypher Dragon stuff that the expensive version has to actually get rid of them. So we are forced to actually not go for game this turn, because we can't actually beat over his stuff and also deal enough damage for lethal. And because he still has the 2-set cards, he actually has a lot of follow-up, and also the Radiant Kaiju really hurts us. Because that gets rid of our guy, even if it's unaffected by card effects. And then we actually do lose here, because we don't have a really good follow-up. As you can see, our extra deck is running kind of low. So we are going to lose, but our opponent kind of just disconnects, so we win. But if we are playing the expensive version, we would have won last turn, because we could have destroyed all of his Blue Eyes and then just attacked full game. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will be able to resume the usual format of deck analysis and testing soon when I get better. So yeah, thanks for watching, goodbye.